Want to learn your target language for free? Then get our language gifts of the month right now before they expire. Here's what you're getting this month. First, the Going to the Airport Conversation Cheat Sheet. With this new cheat sheet, you'll learn words and phrases like here's my passport, boarding pass, and much more. Download it for free on the inside. Second, the Slang Words and Phrases PDF eBook. Do you know any slang in your target language? If not, download this free ebook and master all the must-know slang across 10 chapters. Third, 30 romance and love-related words and phrases. You'll learn words and phrases like date, flirt, and breakup with this quick vocab bonus. Fourth, can you talk about Halloween in your target language? With this quick 1-minute lesson, you'll learn must-know Halloween words like vampire, trick-or-treat, and more. Fifth, want the language learning app that actually gets you speaking? Download Innovative Language 101 for free for the Android, iPhone, and iPad. You'll unlock hundreds of bite-sized audio and video lessons made by real teachers and start speaking in minutes. And finally, the deal of the month. If you want to finally master the language with lessons by real teachers and our complete language learning program, get a big 35% off Premium or Premium Plus with the Monster Sale. To get your gifts and language learning resources, click the link in the lesson description below. Download them right now before they expire.
What's up everyone, my name is Linh. Welcome back to VietnamesePod101.com, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Vietnamese. In today's video, we're going to talk about the conditional sentences, and it's way easier compared to English because in Vietnamese you only have to remember 2 words. There's one thing I want to notice, that you don't have to conjugate the verbs into different tenses. Instead, we just have to remember these 2 keywords and it's gonna be fine. So let's find out how easy it is. First, I want to share with you guys that the conditional sentences in Vietnamese, we say câu điều kiện. Câu điều kiện. Câu điều kiện. Câu is a sentence. Điều kiện is a condition. Okay? Câu điều kiện, conditional sentences. But first, I want to introduce the 2 parts of a conditional sentence, which are nếu and thì. So the 2 keywords that you have to remember are nếu, thì. Nếu, thì. Nếu means if and thì means so or therefore. Okay? Nếu, thì. So in the if clause, there will be nếu and danh từ và động từ. Danh từ is a noun and động từ is a verb. Okay? Nếu, danh từ, động từ, thì. Danh từ, động từ, thì. Danh từ, động từ. Danh từ is a noun and động từ is the verb. Okay? So there will be 2 parts, nếu and thì. Let's take a look at the first structure of a conditional sentence, or the easiest one, the most common structure or way to use conditional sentence. Okay? Nếu trời mưa thì tôi sẽ ở nhà. 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 Okay? Nếu trời mưa thì tôi sẽ ở nhà means if it rains, I'll stay home. So as you see here, basically we kinda combine the zero and the first conditional sentences together. So you will see that the if clause we use the present tense, and in the second clause we use the future. Okay? Nếu trời mưa, if it rains, thì tôi sẽ ở nhà. I will stay home. Tôi sẽ ở nhà. Nếu trời mưa thì tôi sẽ ở nhà. That means like if something happens, something will happen. Or if something happens, something happens. Okay? Let's take a look at another example. Nếu trời đẹp thì tôi sẽ đi uống cà phê. Nếu trời đẹp thì tôi sẽ đi uống cà phê. Nếu trời đẹp thì tôi sẽ đi uống cà phê. means if the weather is nice, I'll go have a cup of coffee. Nếu trời đẹp thì tôi sẽ đi uống cà phê. Okay, so in this situation we use the present tense and the future tense. Okay, nếu trời đẹp thì tôi sẽ đi uống cà phê. Now, sometimes you don't have to use the at all. For example, in this situation, nếu trời đẹp, tôi sẽ đi uống cà phê. It's still okay and it's still correct. Okay, it's understandable as well, so you don't have to worry at all. Nếu trời đẹp, tôi sẽ đi uống cà phê. Nếu tôi tìm được việc, tôi sẽ chuyển vào Sài Gòn. Nếu tôi tìm được việc, tôi sẽ chuyển vào Sài Gòn. Nếu tôi tìm được việc, tôi sẽ chuyển vào Sài Gòn means if I can find a job, I'll move to Sài Gòn to live. Nếu tôi tìm được việc, tôi sẽ chuyển vào Sài Gòn. Okay? Alright, so now maybe you're wondering what happens when we use the second conditional, right? It's pretty easy in Vietnamese as well. It's basically pretty much the same with the first one. But I want to distinguish like in English so you can relate easily. Nếu tôi là bạn, tôi sẽ không làm như vậy. Nếu tôi là bạn, tôi sẽ không làm như vậy. Nếu tôi là bạn, tôi sẽ không làm như vậy. Nếu tôi là bạn, I were you. Tôi là bạn, so one tense only, là tôi sẽ không làm như vậy. I won't do that. Tôi sẽ không làm như vậy in future tense, right? Nếu tôi là bạn, tôi sẽ không làm như vậy means if I were you, I wouldn't do that. So here, as you can see, when we translate to English, we will see that this is the second conditional. But at the same time, we will use exactly the same as the first conditional or the zero conditional in Vietnamese, okay? So basically, we don't have the first, the second, the third. We just have câu điều kiện. Alright, now let's take a look at another example of this second conditional, okay? Nếu tôi có thật nhiều tiền, tôi sẽ đi du lịch thế giới. Nếu tôi có thật nhiều tiền, tôi sẽ đi du lịch thế giới. Nếu tôi có, if I had a lot of money or if I have a lot of money. Nếu tôi có thật nhiều tiền, tôi sẽ đi, I will go or I would go, du lịch thế giới. I would go traveling or I would travel the world. So, nếu tôi có nhiều tiền, tôi sẽ đi du lịch thế giới. Now, let's take a look at the third way of using conditional sentence in Vietnamese. So, basically, this one will be a little bit different because it's a third conditional sentence in English. Nếu bạn không gọi cho tôi, thì tôi đã đi muộn rồi. Nếu bạn không gọi cho tôi, thì tôi đã đi muộn rồi. Nếu bạn không gọi cho tôi, thì tôi đã đi muộn rồi. Nếu bạn không gọi cho tôi means if you hadn't called me or if you didn't call me or if you don't call me. But when you say nếu bạn không gọi cho tôi, people will understand that it happened in the past already. Thì tôi đã đi muộn rồi means I would have been late. The only difference is we don't use the future tense here, but instead we use a past tense for something that would have happened. Now, let's take a look at the second example. Nếu bạn không nói cho tôi về anh ấy, thì tôi đã trách anh ấy rồi. Nếu bạn không nói cho tôi về anh ấy, thì tôi đã trách anh ấy rồi. Now, let's break down the sentence. Nếu bạn không nói cho tôi về anh ấy, if you hadn't told me clearly about him. Nếu bạn không nói cho tôi về anh ấy, if you hadn't told me clearly about him, thì tôi đã trách anh ấy rồi I would have blamed him. Thì tôi đã trách. I would have blamed him, or I don't know how to explain. I blamed him already. It's literally means like that. So if you hadn't told me about him clearly, I would have blamed him. Nếu bạn không nói cho tôi về anh ấy thì tôi đã trách anh ấy rồi. So that means if you didn't do anything in the past, so things would have been different now, that I would have blamed him. Okay, clear? Right, now let's take a look at the third example, which is also the last one. Nếu bạn tặng tôi chiếc vé đó thì tôi đã có thể gặp thần tượng của mình. Nếu bạn tặng tôi chiếc vé đó thì tôi đã có thể gặp thần tượng của mình. Nếu bạn tặng tôi chiếc vé đó thì tôi đã có thể gặp thần tượng của mình. Okay, nếu bạn tặng tôi chiếc vé đó, if you had given me that ticket. Nếu bạn tặng tôi chiếc vé đó. So basically we're talking about the past, but we still use the present tense. Thì tôi đã có thể. So I would have met, or I would have been able to meet my idol. Thì tôi đã có thể gặp thần tượng của mình. Okay, so let's summarize a little bit. There will be 3 common ways you use conditional sentences in Vietnamese. The first one is the most common one. We can combine the zero and the first conditional sentence in English. So we use the present tense and the future tense. The second one, if you want to use the second conditional sentence, we just use exactly the same structure with the first example, the first way, okay? That means you use the present tense and the future tense. And the third one, if you want to use the third conditional in Vietnamese, we only use like the present tense or the past tense, it's up to you, and the past tense in Vietnamese, okay? Alright, that's it for today. I hope it's clear, and I hope it's not gonna be too tricky or too difficult for you. But basically, even if you use everything in the present tense in Vietnamese, it's gonna be still okay and acceptable. The thing is, in Vietnamese, we don't have very complicated tenses, so it's gonna be very easy for users to use Vietnamese without being worried. So take it easy, okay? That's it for today. I hope it's clear and helpful. And I know talking about grammar is a little bit complicated, but slowly we'll get there, okay? Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and visit the website VietnamesePod101.com to learn more Vietnamese with me. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Hello everyone, welcome back to VietnamesePod101.com, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Vietnamese. This video today is about cooking. I love it. I love cooking. I'm not a vegetarian. I eat vegetarian food sometimes, and I prefer to cook vegetarians at home because it just suits my taste. So I'm gonna introduce to you one of my videos that I made, and also at the same times we will practice some verbs, some cooking verbs, so you can expand your vocabulary. Okay, let's get started. For lunch, I have some time, so I make 2 dishes. So in these situations, in Vietnamese, we say nấu ăn, nấu ăn, nấu ăn. Nấu ăn means to cook, or nấu món ăn means to make the dishes or to make a dish. Nấu món ăn, okay? Crunchy fried tofu. So in Vietnamese we say đậu rán giòn. Đậu rán giòn. Đậu rán giòn. So you can see here that the noun actually we put before the adjective, unlike in English, so it's gonna be opposite, okay? Fried tofu. We say đậu rán, we don't say rán đậu, okay? Fried tofu, đậu rán giòn. So as you can see here, we will say that I fried tofu. That means tôi rán đậu, okay? In this situation, fry here is the verb. Tôi rán đậu, subject, verb, object. Tôi rán đậu. I fry tofu. So here I'm making some sauce. So in English we say make sauce, right? But in Vietnamese we say pha nước chấm. Pha nước chấm. Pha means to make or to mix. Nước chấm is the sauce. Pha nước chấm. You see here that we have a lot of spring onion and chili. So in Vietnamese we say hành lá. Hành lá. Hành lá for spring onion and ớt for chili. Ớt, dấu sắc, ớt, hành lá và ớt. So you can say cắt nhỏ hành lá và ớt. Cắt nhỏ hành lá và ớt. Cắt nhỏ hành lá và ớt means to chop spring onion and chili to small pieces. Cắt nhỏ. Cắt nhỏ. Cắt means to cut or to chop. Cho nước mắm means to add or to put some fish sauce. Okay? Cho nước mắm. And then cho đường. Cho đường means to add some sugar. Okay? Cho đường. Cho hạt tiêu. Cho hạt tiêu. Cho hạt tiêu means to add some pepper. Quấy đều. Quấy đều means to stir or to give it a good stir. Quấy đều. Quấy đều. Lật đậu. Lật đậu. Lật đậu. Lật means to flip. Lật đậu. Nhúng đậu vào nước mắm, to dip. Nhúng. Nhúng đậu. Đậu is a tofu. Nhúng đậu vào nước mắm. Cho ra đĩa. Cho ra đĩa. Cho ra đĩa. Dưới. Dưới. Dưới nước mắm lên đậu. Dưới nước mắm lên đậu. Dưới nước mắm lên đậu. Phi thơm tỏi. Phi thơm tỏi. Phi thơm tỏi. Cho rau vào xào. Cho rau vào xào. Nêm nếm vừa ăn. Nêm nếm vừa ăn. Nêm nếm vừa ăn. Đảo rau đều. Đảo rau đều. Đảo rau đều. Cho rau ra đĩa. Cho rau ra đĩa. Trộn salad. Trộn salad. Trộn salad. Now I'm gonna introduce you some other verbs, okay? For example, if you want to say grill, we say nướng. 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 Nướng means to grill. And thịt nướng means grilled meat. Thịt nướng. Thịt nướng. Thịt nướng, okay? So the adjective is after the noun. Like đậu rán, thịt nướng, thịt rán, rau xào. Đun. Đun. Đun means to boil. Luộc. 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 Luộc means also to boil, but like to boil food, to cook food in a boiling way. Trần. Trần. Trần, okay? Trần trứng. Trần trứng. Hấp. 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 Hấp means to steam. Hấp, if you want to say it like to grill into medium, so we say nướng tái. Nướng tái. Nướng tái means it's not completely cooked. Nướng tái. And nướng chín. Nướng chín. Nướng chín. Nướng chín means well done, well cooked, okay? Nướng chín. Another one we can say hầm. 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 Hầm means slow cook. Hầm, okay? Kho. Kho. Kho means like to cook meat for a long time as well. So kho thịt, usually we kho thịt or kho cá. Kho, to cook something in a very long time. Bóc. Bóc. Bóc means to peel or to open a fruit. Bóc. Giã. Giã. Giã, so we have giã tỏi. Giã tỏi. Or giã gạo. Giã gạo. Cán. Cán. Cán, so we have cán bột. Cán bột. Nặn. 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 Alright, that's it. I think that is pretty much almost everything, almost cooking verbs that we usually use. So thank you very much for watching. I really enjoyed this topic. I hope that I have more videos to show you guys, but I don't have a lot of time. So let me know what videos or what kind of topic you want to know in the next video. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and visit the website VietnamesePod101.com to learn more Vietnamese. Thank you again. See you in the next one. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại. Hi guys, welcome back to VietnamesePod101.com, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Vietnamese. My name is Linh and welcome back. This video today is going to be about the Vietnam culture. And it's going to be very helpful for you, especially when you travel to Vietnam for the first time. Some things might be very new, some things might be very different to other countries, but they are very typical, especially in the north of Vietnam because it's still very traditional. So let's find out what they are so we can act as nhập gia tùy tục. Do you remember that? We had a video about Vietnamese idioms. Nhập gia tùy tục. That means in Rome, do as Romans do. Now, let's get started. The first one, the most common one, which is greeting people. We greet people all the time, right? We greet everywhere in the world. But in Vietnam, it's very, very important and very respectful if we greet older people. And the most common way to say hi to someone is, for example, they are like a little bit older than you only. So we can say em chào anh and em chào chị. That means hello brother or sister. Cháu chào cô or cháu chào chú means like hello miss or Mrs. or hello Mr. Hello sir. Okay? Cháu chào cô, cháu chào chú. Or even higher, even if they are older. So we can say cháu chào bác, cháu chào bác, cháu chào ông, and cháu chào bà. Okay? So remember, it's very important to greet older people to show respect. Next one, this one is also very common, but in the north only. Recently, it's been not very common in the south because maybe southern people are more open-minded and they don't really care a lot if you do it or not, which is to say something like have a good meal before eating or after eating. Okay, so in Vietnamese we say cháu mời cô chú ăn cơm. Cháu mời cô chú ăn cơm. So talk to your uncle or auntie, okay? Cháu mời cô chú ăn cơm means like please eat or have a good meal, okay? But after eating, you also say cháu mời cô chú ăn cơm. That means I'm done or I finished. That's it. Okay, so cháu mời cô chú ăn cơm is for uncle generation. And if you want to say to your grandparents, we can say cháu mời ông bà ăn cơm. Cháu mời ông bà ăn cơm. Cháu mời ông bà ăn cơm. Okay, so this one is pretty typical in the northern families and for the southern families. So you can just start eating without saying anything and it's still okay. The next one, I think this one is also very nice to do. We usually buy some gifts after traveling somewhere to show that we still remember about people at home, that they cannot travel with us, or you can buy some gifts to your friends or families. It doesn't have to be so expensive or fancy, but just some small souvenirs or something, some local food or stuff like that. So that is the way to show that we appreciate you, and even though we're traveling, we still think about you, and we want to have some things for you. So for example, if you are from another country and this is your first time going to Vietnam, you can buy something from your country, from your hometown, and give to some Vietnamese friends. Or when you go back to your country, you can buy some gifts from Vietnam to them. The next one is also very important. You should take off your shoes when entering someone's house. This one is to show respect, and for some people, they don't really clean their house every day, but they do have slippers for walking around inside the house. But for some families, it's okay not to take off your shoes, so it depends on each family's habits. But usually, to show respect, we should take off our shoes when entering a house. The next one, this one is a sign of bad luck for some people. So it is important not to touch someone's head or someone's shoulder. Usually they're considered as a sign of bad luck. I mean, I don't really mind. I personally don't care about that because I don't really believe or trust like sign of luck or bad luck. So it's okay for young people, I guess, but for some of my old friends, when I remember that I used to touch their shoulder and they still like touch the other side, which is weird. I don't know. The next one, this one is also very important. Do not come to someone's house on the first day of Lunar New Year unless you are invited, because Vietnamese people believe that the first guest of the year will present for the luck of the whole year. So usually they will find someone with the suitable age. You know the zodiac 12 animals? So there will be some how to say, some combination or some good age for the landlord or the owner of the house. So they would invite those people to come visit their house on the first day of Lunar New Year to bring luck for the whole year. So it still happens in my family, although not all the time we can find the right person. So we just like make it randomly. But for some people, especially for business owners or businessmen, they trust that a lot. So just in case, just to be careful, do not come to someone's house on the first day unless you are invited. Never ask for a refund or never exchange the stuff that you bought in the morning. So let me explain. People believe that the beginning of the day will present the vibe of the whole day. So imagine that you open the shop and the first thing that you do is not a purchasing or something, but it's an exchange or it's a refund. You're not very happy with that. So that is how Vietnamese people think. So if you bought something and you're not happy with the stuff, or you want a refund or you want to change the size, let's wait until the afternoon. And or maybe you can ask for their refund policy, so it's not going to be so confusing. Okay. Asking for money or borrowing money on the first day of Lunar month is not a good sign of luck. So if you tend to borrow someone's money, or if you want to ask for some help or something, For some business owners or businessmen, try to avoid the first day of Lunar month, okay? Because maybe some people, they're not just comfortable with that, and so please be careful. Alright, that's it for today. Not so many, right? But there are some very typical things that I would like to share. But remember that each province or each city will have different tradition. Not in big cities, okay, because they are more open-minded, but some villages or some provinces, maybe there are still some different traditions or culture that maybe even I'm not aware of it. So let's share with me at the comment below something that you have encountered before that you weren't aware of it. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and visit the website Vietnamesespot101.com to learn more. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one. Hello everyone, my name is Linh. Welcome back to Vietnamesespot101.com, the 5th easiest and most fun way to learn Vietnamese. In this video today, I'm gonna do something that I've never done before in public. It's even difficult for me. I've never tried it and I'm not sure if it's gonna be successful. So let's find out some tongue twisters in Vietnamese. Nồi đồng nấu ốc, nồi đất nấu ếch. So basically, this sentence is not difficult to pronounce because the sounds are pretty easy. But the tricky thing here is the tones. Nồi đồng dấu huyền, nấu ốc dấu sắc, nồi đất huyền sắc, nấu ếch dấu sắc. Okay, so as you can see here, the dấu sắc tone will have two different tones actually. Nấu ếch. Okay, nấu ếch. Now try again. Nồi đồng nấu ốc, nồi đất nấu ếch. Nồi đồng nấu ốc, nồi đất nấu ếch. Easy. I passed this one. Nồi đồng nấu ốc, nồi đất nấu ếch. Nồi đồng nấu ốc, nồi đất nấu ếch. Buổi trưa ăn bưởi chua. Buổi trưa ăn bưởi chua. So you see here there is some similarity between these two sounds. Buổi trưa means at noon and bưởi chua means the grapefruit. Buổi trưa bưởi chua. Buổi trưa bưởi chua. So ăn means to eat. Buổi trưa ăn bưởi chua means to eat grapefruit at noon. Buổi trưa ăn bưởi chua. Buổi trưa ăn bưởi chua. Even I got confused because of the TR sound and the CH sound because they are similar, but the TR sound is a little bit stronger and the CH sound will be lighter. Buổi trưa and bưởi chua. So ch for TR and t for CH. Buổi trưa ăn bưởi chua. Buổi trưa ăn bưởi chua. Yes! Lời nói lưu loát luyện luôn lúc này. So this is the difference between the L sound and the N sound in Vietnamese. L, N, okay? Lời nói lưu loát luyện luôn lúc này. Lời nói lưu loát luyện luôn lúc này. It's good, right? Lời nói lưu loát luyện luôn lúc này. Faster. Lời nói lưu loát luyện luôn lúc này. Lời nói lưu loát luyện luôn lúc này. Another one to practice the L and the N sound in Vietnamese. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp làng. Lúa lên lớp lớp lòng nàng lâng lâng. So this is like a poem. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp làng, lúa lên lớp lớp, lòng nàng lâng lâng. Like a song, right? Okay, faster. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp. Lúa nếp, not lúa nếp. Okay. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp làng, lúa lên lớp lớp, lòng nàng lâng lâng. Yes! Alright, try again. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp làng, lúa lên lớp lớp, lòng nàng lâng lâng. Still wrong. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp. No, cannot. We can't do that fast. It's really hard. Lúa nếp là lúa nếp làng, lúa lên lớp lớp, lòng nàng lâng lâng. Yes! This one is hard. Promise. Alright. Đầu làng bằng, băng mâm, bắc mắm. Cuối làng bằng, bắc mắm, băng mâm. Now it's tongue twister. Đầu làng bằng, băm măng, bắc mắm. Cuối làng bằng, bắc mắm, băng mâm. Now, I realize that if you don't hear the sound and if you just see my mouth, like as I'm seeing my mouth, so you will feel like the movement of my mouth is like completely the same when pronouncing these different sounds. Đầu làng bằng, băng mâm, bắc mắm. Cuối làng bằng, bắc mắm, băng mâm. So this one is not very difficult to pronounce for me, but I think it's really difficult for foreigners, especially the tones. Now try again. Đầu làng bằng, băm măng, bắc mắm. Cuối làng bằng, cuối làng bằng, bắc mắm, băng mâm. Okay, so look at the sounds, look at the tones, and notice whether you should go up or down. Đầu làng bằng, băng mâm, bắc mắm. Cuối làng bằng, bắc mắm, băng mâm. Luộc hột vịt lộn, luộc lộn hột vịt lạc. Luộc hột vịt lộn, luộc lộn hột vịt lạc. So this sentence is about the dot, the dấu nặng, okay? Luộc hột vịt lộn, luộc lộn hột vịt lạc. You see? So the whole sentence, like all the letters, all the words have dấu nặng. Luộc vịt lộn. What is that? Luộc hột vịt lộn, luộc lộn hột vịt lạc. Okay, now let's do it faster. Luộc hột vịt lộn, luộc lộn hột vịt lạc. Good, good. Can you do that? Con cá rô rục dịch trong rổ réo róc rách. So as you can see here, the R sound I pronounce as Z sound in English, but for some provinces and some cities, they still pronounce R, R. So they have to say, con cá rô rục rịch trong rổ réo róc rách. It's so weird for me. So I would say, like, for example, when I say vegetables, I would say rau instead of rau, because it's just how Hanoi people pronounce rau, right? So con cá rô rục dịch trong rổ réo róc rách, but maybe other provinces would say con cá rô rục rịch trong rổ réo róc rách. I'm done here. I look so terrible. Alright, so that's it for today. I don't think it's gonna be easy, but this is a very nice practice to improve, especially between L and N, L, in Vietnamese. And also the tones are very different. The tones are super difficult for foreigners. So I think one tip is to pronounce the tones correctly is not to push the air outside too strongly. So instead, we just try to make the sound like this. Huyền sắc hỏi ngã nặng. Huyền sắc hỏi ngã nặng. So practicing like that, you feel more comfortable when pronouncing the sounds, okay? So I don't really have to like sak like that, as some foreigners speaking Vietnamese as I see. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this video, this very difficult video even for me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe the channel, and visit the website vietnamesepot101.com to learn more Vietnamese. Thank you so much again, and see you in the next one. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Monthly Review, the monthly show on language learning, where you discover new learning strategies, motivational tips, study tools, and resources. By the way, all the lessons and bonuses you're about to see can be downloaded for free on our website. So click the link in the description right now to sign up for your free lifetime account. Okay, today's topic is how to get a return on your language learning investment. Language learning is an investment, but what if you're learning but not seeing any returns or results? And do you even know if you're getting any results at all? In this episode, you'll discover 1. Why language learners fail to see results and why they fail. 2. Why you need to track your language learning sessions. And 3. How to track your results. But first, here are this month's new lessons and resources. Be sure to download these now before we take them down in a few days. First, the Going to the Airport Conversation Cheat Sheet. With this new cheat sheet, you'll learn words and phrases like here's my passport, boarding pass, and much more. Download it for free on the inside. Second, the Slang Words and Phrases PDF ebook. Do you know any slang in your target language? If not, download this free ebook and master all the must-know slang across 10 chapters. Third, 30 romance and love-related words and phrases. You'll learn words and phrases like date, flirt, and breakup with this quick vocab bonus. Fourth, can you talk about Halloween in your target language? With this quick 1-minute lesson, you'll learn must-know Halloween words like vampire, trick-or-treat, and more. To get your free resources, click the link in the description below right now. They're yours to keep forever. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. How to get a return on your language learning investment. Part 1. One of the biggest reasons why people fail. The first big reason people fail with language learning is because they set big, vague goals, like I want to be fluent. The problem with these goals is you don't know how you'll ever go from where you are now to achieving fluency. It's too vague of a goal. But the second big reason is lack of time. People fail with language learning because they don't put in the time. And language learning is a function of time. The more you put in, the better you get. You can also think of learning a language like a gym. You get out what you put in. If you buy a dumbbell and do nothing, nothing happens. It can do great things for you, but it won't work for you until you pick it up and curl it a few times. If you put in 1 hour a day, you get results. If you put in 10 minutes a day, you get results. But if you put in 0, you get 0 results. And you can't learn a language that way. So here's a question for you. How much time do you put into your language learning on a daily basis? Leave a comment. If you start putting in consistent time, you can also start expecting a return on your time. And this brings us to the second part. Part 2. Why you need to track your language learning sessions. In the first part, we talked about just putting in enough time. That's the first important step to take. But where should you put in your time? For example, you can put in 10 minutes and use an app to do translation exercises. You can put in 10 minutes and read a textbook, or review a word list for 10 minutes. In all these examples, you can put in an equal amount of time, but the results you get will be different. And that's because different methods give you different results and benefits. Using an app may help you remember a few words. Reading a textbook can boost your vocabulary, grammar, and reading skills. And reviewing a word list will just help you with the words. So the second lesson is you need to know what kind of results you get. You need to measure the return on your time so that you can be confident that you're making progress. In the case of our audio and video lessons, 3 or 4 lessons will help you understand and speak roughly 1 minute of conversation, as well as learn all words and grammar rules inside. This is the return on our lessons. How is this possible? The dialogue tracks are about 20 seconds, and so 3 lessons, that's 3 conversations at 20 seconds apiece, which is 60 seconds or 1 minute of conversation. So if you know that 3 lessons get you to 1 minute of conversation, you can know what results to expect. If you do 20 lessons, you're at about 5 minutes of conversation. 40 lessons, that's around 10 minutes or so of conversation. That's the power of measuring the results. If you track your results, you know what to expect in the future, and you can hit your language learning goals. So how can you start measuring your return? Let's jump into the third part. Part 3, how to track your results and hit goals. If you're able to consistently put in time towards learning and maintaining your routine, then it's time to start tracking your time and effort. Why? At the basic level, language learning is simply putting in the time. You don't need a high IQ. You don't need to be talented at languages. You don't need the best possible app. You just need time. The more time you put in, the more results you get out. And aside from setting unrealistic goals, the other reason why people fail at languages is they just don't put in the time. So, how can you track your results? Let's look at 2 ways, an easy way and an advanced way of tracking your time and results. Let's start with the easy way first. Simply track the time you put in. So if you do a 10-minute audio lesson today and then spend 5 minutes with flashcards, note this as 15 minutes for the day and write down what you did. Then do the same thing tomorrow. That's it. The goal here is to track the time and your effort. You'll want to track it and actually have measurable proof of your work. And also, so you can review what you've been doing and see your progress. So if one day you realize you don't know enough words, or maybe you don't speak as much as you'd like, you can look at your notes and review your work. If you see that you've been just watching video lessons, you can spot the problem, which is you've done no actual vocab study or speaking practice. And now you can start doing it. Problem solved. You're on your way to fluency. Another way you can track your time and effort is with the dashboard on our site. So if you visit the dashboard, you can see the lessons you've completed, the number of flashcards reviewed, and hours studied. This is the second tactic, and it's an advanced one because not only do you need to track your time, you also need to track your results, which is a bit trickier. So how can you do that? With our conversational audio lessons, check the length of the dialogue track. If the dialogue track is about 20 seconds, then that's the amount of conversation you can expect to master. By the way, these tracks are anywhere from 10 to 40 seconds long. Now, if you're studying words with flashcards, take note of how many words you already know. So if you studied for 5 minutes and can easily remember 7 out of 10 words, then that's your return. If you know this, you know what to expect when you learn new words. You can expect to remember about 7 out of 10 with a 5-minute drill. Another thing you can do is boost that number to 10 out of 10. Next, if you're practicing your listening skills, try to gauge how much you understand. If you understood about 20% of a 3-minute conversational lesson, then that's your return for now. Again, by knowing this, you can now start asking questions like, what can I do to understand 50% of this conversation? Will doubling my time double my results as well? Will I understand 40%? Will reviewing this lesson for a few minutes a day, every day, work better than trying to memorize it all now? So then, you put these questions to the test and try them out. And because you know your return, you can see if it really works. So thank you for watching this episode of Monthly Review. Next time, we'll talk about how to boost your motivation and learn more by adding others to the mix. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. See you next time. Bye! Want to perfect your pronunciation and speak like a native? The best way to do this is 1. Listen to a native speaker. 2. Repeat what they say. And 3. The most important part, compare yourself against their pronunciation. In fact, mimicking a native speaker like this, which is called shadowing, is a powerful way to master your speaking. And you can do this all with the voice recorder inside of our learning program. But first, if you don't yet have access to our program, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description. So, what makes the voice recorder so powerful? First, you can instantly spot the differences between yourself and the native speaker. How? The voice recorder records you and then compares your speaking to the native speaker. Just record and listen. Once you know what you need to change to sound perfect, you can adjust your speaking and your pitch until you match the native speaker. Second, you get to practice speaking the most common words and phrases. In other words, you won't be learning to say random words and phrases. Our lessons teach you practical, everyday conversations, like introducing yourself, ordering food at a restaurant, talking about where you're from, and more. The kind of conversations you'll have with native speakers. And our vocabulary lists teach you the must-know words and phrases for all kinds of topics. Holidays, slang, the many ways to say hello, and more. So, how do you use the voice recorder? You'll find the voice recorder in our lessons and vocabulary lists. Just look for the microphone icon. With our lessons, scroll down to the dialogue section. The dialogue section is a line-by-line breakdown of the lesson conversation. Next to each line, click on the microphone icon to open the voice recorder for that line. First, listen to the native speaker's pronunciation. Then, click on the round record icon to record yourself. And finally, play the 2 tracks to compare. Successful learners practice one line 3 to 4 times to fully master the pronunciation. Now, if you're using our free vocabulary phrase lists, you'll find the microphone icon next to each word or phrase. Again, click on the icon to record and compare yourself to the native pronunciation. So, if you want to speak like a native with perfect pronunciation, take advantage of this voice recorder, which is available in every lesson and vocabulary list. But if you don't yet have access, sign up for a free lifetime account right now. Just click the link in the description to sign up. Great work! Here's a reward. Speed up your language learning with our PDF lessons. Get all of our best PDF cheat sheets and ebooks for free. Just click the link in the description.